Hey guys, it's Jade here today, and today's video is a very special video, and if you would have watched my collective haul, you would probably know what this video is. This video is a DIY dream catcher video. If you watch my room tour or my collective haul, you guys know I am obsessed with dream catchers. I love them so much. They are so pretty, and I just think they go so well with kind of the theme of my room. So I wanted to do a DIY video for you guys today to show you how you can make a dream catcher for super inexpensive, and it'll be super unique and cool and beautiful. So I really hope you guys like this video, and please subscribe down below if you would like to see more videos from me, and also hit that thumbs up button if you like this video, and please leave a comment down below if you do this DIY, or if you want to see any more DIY videos or back to school videos or anything else you guys want to comment down there. I will totally read them and try to reply to as many as possible. Thank you guys so much for watching, so let's just get into the video.
Alright guys, so these are the things you'll need to make a DIY dream catcher. So the first thing you're going to need is a wooden embroidery hoop, any size that you want. Next thing you're going to need is just a pair of scissors. Next thing you're going to need is just some plain leather cording. You can get it any shade of brown that you want. Next thing that you're going to need is some white lace. You can get any color you want, but white is just the most Tumblr-y to me. Next thing that you're going to need is just some like assorted beads on strings or chains. You know, I don't know. You can find them in the beading section of any Micheals or JoAnn's. This is just a pearl version of that first one. Next thing that you're going to need is just some white jewelry string, or thread will work too if you're into sewing. Next thing you're going to need is a white fabric doily the same size as your embroidery hoop. And last but certainly not least, you're going to need a hot glue gun and glue sticks. Alright, so if you take your wooden embroidery hoop, you'll notice that there's this little metal thing on the top. Now that's going to get in the way, so we're just not going to use that layer of the hoop. There's actually two layers to the hoop, so you can just press out that little inside wooden circle. So then you're going to add a line of hot glue, and then put your leather cording onto that hot glue dab, and then hold it so that it can set. So then you're just going to start taking your leather cording and just start wrapping it around the wooden embroidery hoop. And you're just going to continue this process around and around and around until the entire hoop is covered with the leather cording. At least for me, there wasn't enough leather cording on that one pack, so you're probably going to run out. So all you're going to do is just cut that off, take some hot glue, and finish off that wrap, and then you can just start the next pack the exact same way that you started the first pack and continue going. Don't worry if it looks a little sloppy, because it'll be covered up when we tie in the leather doily in the center. there, I literally just stuck my finger right in the glue and burned my hand. So don't do that at home. So then to finish it off, you're just going to put some hot glue and wrap the leather coating around it and get it all nice and secure. Try to finish it off as nicely as you can, but don't worry too much about it if it doesn't look perfect. As a perfectionist, I know how hard that can be, but just trust me guys, it'll look fine. Your leather hoop should look like after you cover it with the leather. Alright, so now it's time to make the inner weaved part of the inside of the dream catcher. So instead of taking string and doing a whole complicated weave, twisty thingamajiggy, I just thought it would be so much easier to use a fabric doily and put it in the inside of the embroidery hoop to make it just look the exact same way, but just a lot less complicated. So you're just going to take about an 8-inch section of your jewelry thread, cut that off, and then you're just going to thread it through one of the holes on your doily. Then you're just going to tie it around your embroidery hoop. Major tip that I have for you guys that I would strongly recommend is now, so you're going to need to tie these little strings on each of those little scallops looking things on the doily, but you're going to want to, for the next one that you tie, to not just go right next to it and tie the next one. You're going to want to go to the scallop that's directly across on the other side of the doily and tie that one so that the doily can remain taut and not get all disheveled and kind of bent and out of whack. It's kind of hard to explain, but this just helps the doily stay in place and not get all out of whack. And then you're just going to keep repeating that process to where you tie one on one side and then one on the other side, and then just keep doing that. Alright, so after you've tied all of the little corners or edges of your doily down to the embroidery hoop, it's time to just trim off all the edges of the knots. Remember when you're doing this that the main thing you need to do is make sure that the doily stays taut. I can't stress that enough. If your doily is too big, then it's just going to kind of look saggy, and if it's too small, then it'll look really stretched out and it'll kind of just be distorted. And if you don't do that tip I told you guys earlier to kind of switch off where you're tying the knots, then the doily will end up kind of sagging or grouping together all in one side, and it just won't look good. Now it's time to make the things that hang down from the dream catcher. So this is when you're going to need those beads that are on a chain or string, and you're going to need the lace, and you're probably going to need some more of that jewelry thread. So like I'm awkwardly saying, it's just going to hang down. So now you're just going to cut some pieces of lace to really just random lengths. It really doesn't have to be too planned, and you can always trim them up earlier, so the longer the better. And then I would just recommend laying out your jewelry, chains, and your lace, and just kind of positioning things to see where you might want to place them, but don't tie them down until you've kind of made a plan in your head. So then to attach the lace, I just hot glued it. You could also tie a knot around it, but I just think it would look better to do hot glue. To attach the pearls that were on a chain, I actually just used some jewelry thread, threaded it through one of the loops of the chain, and then tied it around like we did with the doily on the embroidery hoop in the desired area, instead of doing hot glue because that just would look too messy. After you've tied or hot glued all of the little strands of lace or bead chains onto your dream catcher, it's time to trim them up. Now I would recommend not just cutting them all in a straight line, but cutting them kind of all at different lengths so it looks a little bit more flowy and a little bit more, I don't know, just if you cut it all straight across, it won't really look much like a dream catcher. Now you're just going to tie a knot of that string onto the dream catcher and then tie another knot to make a loop so that you can now hang your dream catcher on your wall or hang it on a tree outside and let it blow in the breeze. But anyway, it's kind of hard to explain, but just watch the video.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys liked that DIY and might want to try it yourselves. Please subscribe down below, give this video a big thumbs up, and comment down below any other video ideas you want to see for back to school, or summer, or DIYs, or anything else. So I also wanted to say a huge thank you for the people that have subscribed. I love you guys so much. The fam, the Life is Jade fam, is growing so much faster than I ever would have expected it to. We are past 250, I know for sure, subscribers, and it's only been like a week since I uploaded my first video, so that is just so crazy. I thank you guys so much. If you haven't watched any of the other videos on my channel, subscribe and go check them out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!